Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today, I'm going to be attempting to make a hopper. It comes from Sri Lanka and it's a beautiful bowl-shaped kind of crisp crepe pancake, and in the bottom they often have an egg. They're often served with little chutneys, little side dishes, or eaten with a main meal. Hoppers are also called appam, and the version I'm going to be making today is an egg hopper. So at the very bottom of this light, delicate pancake, we'll have an egg. Oftentimes quail eggs are used. They are small, they cook quickly, but today I'm going to be substituting a small chicken egg because I have hens and I happen to have a hen that lays smaller eggs. You will need this, and this is called an appachetty, and this is an appam pan or a hopper pan. And what's special about it is its shape. It's pretty much like a bowl, but it has a small little flat spot here, so it does sit without wobbling. But this is really key in making that lovely round bowl shape. This is a modern version. It's non-stick. The traditional pans are made out of aluminum, I believe. I think I've seen cast iron ones, but they all have this beautiful round bowl shape. I opted to go for the non-stick because this will be the first time I make them, and I really don't want my hopper to stick to the pan. Let me walk you through the steps of making the batter because it does require some time because it is a fermented batter. Similar to dosa batter in that sense. It's fermented, so that'll add some flavor and also develop some nice bubbles to the batter as well. So I adapted Ramona's Cuisine's recipe, and I'll put a link down below in the description to the original. First, you want to wash the rice, rinse it a couple of times until the water runs pretty clear, then cover it with an inch or so of water and allow it to soak for at least 3 hours. Next, in a small bowl, you're gonna have a few tablespoons of water and add 1 teaspoon of yeast to that. Mixed it in to make sure it was dissolved. Drain most of the water from your soaked rice and then add that to the blender. I'm gonna add 1 can of coconut milk and 1 cup of cooked rice. Then blend that at medium speed and increase the speed until the batter is nice and smooth. So make sure not to overblend because you don't want the batter to get too warm because we don't want to kill our yeast. And cover it and let it rest at room temperature for 6 to 8 hours or overnight. Bloom. Look at that. There are all kinds of bubbles on top. It smells nice and yeasty, and it is definitely alive. Love it. I almost forgot to mention you add a little bit of sugar to this as well. That's helpful for the yeast. It gives them something to munch on. The recipe that I used did not include any measurement for water at all, and I'm just basing the consistency of the batter based on videos that I saw on YouTube. Again, I'll put links to all the references down below, but it kind of has the consistency of milk from what I saw. Pretty thin. I'm gonna place my hopper pan right here and heat it up on medium heat. Use a piece of paper towel that I've got a little bit of cooking oil on, and I'm gonna just coat the pan. And I believe this pan's cracking hot. Maybe half a ladle into the pan and swirl it around. Oh, I think it's too thick. No. So now I'm adding some water. All right, let's try our watery batter. Wow, swirling it quickly. And that too looks very thick still. Whoa, but it's still pretty cool. Then you're supposed to cover it. And I'm guessing that this is close. Oh yeah, look at that. And we will try again. Full ladle full. Drop it into the pan. Swirl it around. That's a little better. I'm gonna pour the excess out. Cover that. I learned that I shouldn't fill the hopper pan so much that it sticks to the lid. So I'm gonna scratch that one. Let's try this again. Try to find the right amount of batter as well. All right, that's closer. Let's get it on the sides. And then you're supposed to have a little bit at the bottom as well. And it's supposed to have this kind of thicker consistency at the bottom. Okay, and then we'll cover it. This is the closest one yet. Okay, medium heat. And here are my first two, which were flops. Round number 3. Alrighty. See how it's kind of dried out in the bottom and the edges have pulled up from the side and they're a bit golden. Plate that up. It's a little flat. It should be a little bit rounder and taller, but I'm gonna continue. Swirl with one hand. Trying to get it kind of tall. Ooh, it's hot. Oof, that looks beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna close it. Let it sit there for a couple minutes, minute or so, and we'll take a peek on it. Ooh, I cannot wait to taste this. Oh wait, that goes in the compost. Okay, wash my hands. Alrighty, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, it's swirling around. Alrighty, my lovelies, my first attempt at an egg hopper. I think the sides of my hopper could be a little bit taller and perhaps a bit thinner. So we're gonna rip this and, all right, let's give that a taste. Here we go, itadakimasu. It has a lovely fermented flavor. It's tangy, kind of akin to a tang that you get from yogurt. It doesn't taste like yogurt though, it tastes like coconut. It's perfumed with a lovely coconutty flavor. A little bit of salt on my egg. Lovely, has a light crisp texture on the outside. Now let's try it with a bit of the egg. Nunchi, nunchi, look at that. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? Dip that in there. So lovely. The yolk is rich and eggy, a little bit of salt in there, but it goes so nicely with the outside of the appam. It's just so good. That coconut combination with the egg is so nice. I think because perhaps both of them are a little bit fatty, very, very complimentary. That tang was really surprising, but it shouldn't be because we fermented this overnight. There's a really nice complexity because of that added acidity. Okay, let's try a bite with the egg white as well. Dip it in extra yolk. So good, so good. Sri Lankans, let me know if this is had for breakfast or just as a snack. I have this immediate reaction to eggs as breakfast, but I could see this as being a delicious snack, even a lunch. Breakfast. The bottom of the hopper is really delightful. It's a little bit more doughy. It has a little bit more of a kind of bounce to it at the bottom. Really, really nice with the eggs. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. I love hearing from you. Like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye!